So, in my last video, I pretty much covered the basics on the cosmological changes, and so I feel like I should do that in this as well, just in case you didn't watch the other one, or you're not going to, so I don't know. You're going to find the message that's for you, right? So, basically, last night, all the planets were in alignment, right? And this is like a once in a lifetime experience. We're going to experience the next, having all the planets in alignment in like year 24 something, right? It's like, it's going to be a while away. We're not going to be there for it. Or at least not in this carnation, right? Or incarnation. So, yes. Where was I? Oh, so, yeah, and on top of that, all the planets are not going to be in retrograde until April 21st, and it is the age of Aquarius, and these cosmological events are prophecies of the age of Aquarius, which is pretty cool. And there's even a whole song about it. I posted it on Facebook earlier. But let's see. What is your energy? What's going on in your life? Where are you going? What you doing? Who are you talking to? Okay. We will find out. Okay, we've got Ouroboros, infinity, eternal past life. So I feel like you could be doing some past life regression. Also, Ouroboros is Ophiuchus, right? It's the snake eating itself, which is kind of like the symbol of chaos, right? Also, if you see, it looks like she's in the womb, right? And so it's almost like being forged through chaos, right? Or like being tempered through chaos. I'm just like envisioning like somebody with a sword, right? Like, and like, you have to put it through the fire, you have to pound it with a fucking hammer. You've got to like put it on the grindstone. You've got to do all the things, to perfect a sword, to get it to its like perfect state. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here in this imagery. With the reptilian showing up, predator, survival, tyrannical, I feel like you could be dealing with people showing up in like really shitty energy. This is like people who want to like prey on your better nature, right? This is somebody who wants to come in and be like, you get to do what I say you get to do. You get to live on my terms. Like trying to take your autonomy away from you. And I feel like, especially with the past life coming out here, this could have been a situation that was unresolved in a past life. And I feel like you're being called to resolve it now, like cut the cord, because this person is really just coming in with this energy of wanting to like control, manipulate, and be a predator, right? Like prey on you. They're tyrannical. They want to own you. They want to decide what you do with your life, right? And I hate that energy more than anything. I hate it. Run away from them. Don't even say hello. But yeah, so I don't know. Already off the bat, you're dealing with some shitty people. This could be a boss, partner, friend, family. We'll find out. But yeah, this is definitely somebody who's just kind of a shit person. Somebody who's just kind of coming in to like fuck up your life. That's what it feels like. And you might be feeling like, why does this person want to fuck up my life so bad? But this is the fire, right? This is the hammer. This is the grindstone. This is what is forging you to greatness, right? This is what is helping form you into your peak person, or like, at least, your prime right now, So it's like being forged in chaos. Being forged in chaos. That's what what I'm seeing. Gangsta, what up, though? Alright, we have the Tower. As your energy, right? First card coming out. This is you. This is, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing. It's like the things that need to fall apart are falling apart. These people wouldn't. It's almost like the only way out of the Tower is to just knock this shit over, right? Set it on fire. Whatever you gotta do to get out, right? Sometimes you have to create your own doors. There's no doors to get out of this. There's windows, but no doors, right? And it's like the only way that you could have the courage or the gumption to like actually take a leap out of those windows to get out of the fucking tower like these fools are doing is if it starts collapsing, if it catches on fire, if everything is kind of like chaos. It's like when things start, getting all crazy. This is when you finally have like the courage to be like, I gotta walk the fuck away from this. This is bad. Five of Wands. This is all about conflict. Somebody trying to trigger you. This could be competition, jealousy. But this is like feeling like spiritually attacked, right? Or like from one person's spirit to yours, right? That's like, there are many probably, right? I'm seeing this person get attacked by like 4 demons. And he's got all these wands. He's like, I'll fucking kill you with all my wands, right? He's the one that has all the weapons, right? He's the one that has all that he needs to take out all these little demons, right? He has it all, and that's you. And it's kind of like, and he's even bigger and stronger, right? They have to outnumber him because he's bigger and stronger. And so the way I see it is like, with the right strategy, you can get out of this unscathed, right? But you have to put an end to this situation, to these connections. You have to put an end to like being around people who deliberately put you in this mindset. Otherwise, you're just introducing more conflict and chaos, right? Four of Cups in reverse. This is a level of like acceptance or being receptive to it or allowing this conflict to come in, right? And the way I see it is like if you haven't blocked these people or if you haven't like quit the job or you haven't walked away from, you know your situation. If the more you choose to leave a door open for them to communicate with you or to like infect your life, the more of this you're gonna get because you accept it, right? When you're receptive to it, you accept it. And so it's kind of telling you need to stop being receptive to this energy that's trying to bring out the worst in you, Holy fuck, dude. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I've never had a reading that started out this fucking chaotic, this fucking dramatic, this fucking like, I'm sorry, but this is like Gossip Girl shit. I don't know. This is like Game of Thrones shit that I'm seeing here. Like, what the fuck is going on? God damn. Yeah, so we have 5 of Swords, right? And you already had the 5 of Wands. 5 of Swords is conflict, right? This is the energy of like, but also, if you notice, he has all the swords, right? So if anybody comes, he's well equipped to like take them out. It's just, instead of like ending the conflict, it's almost like you're feeding into it. That's what I'm seeing. It, like, rather than just like not paying it any mind or giving it any energy, it's like you just continue feeding into it and it just keeps getting worse, right? With Four of Swords in reverse, this is why you can't relax. Like, you can't feel like rested. This is why you have, like, you've got all this shit going on because you're still like, you leave the door open for all this. We have Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Here's where it's at. Perhaps you depend on them financially. Perhaps there's like a financial codependency that's triggering this receptivity. Or that's, maybe you feel like you're stuck because you don't have a way out, or whatever the case. I don't believe in that. Alright, I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't buy that though. Like, as somebody who has lost everything at least 4 times in the last 2 fucking years, not even 2 years, it's been like a year probably, but like, I've lost everything a few times over, right? And I always manage to get back up on my feet. So I refuse to feel like you need to rely on anybody but yourself, right? Like, you have every resource to take care of yourself. You're just, the more you entertain this, the more you're going to put yourself through hell, right? It's like accepting hell because you're terrified of the unknown, or you're terrified of leaving the comfort zone, or what you know. It's almost like, yeah, this is shit, but it's all I know, so like, I'm gonna stay. And it's like, dude, like, it's so much better when you leave it. When you leave behind the comfort zone, right? I have a friend who, she actually helped me a lot during, my upheaval of life. And she told me, your life begins where your comfort zone ends, right? Where you walk away from the comfortable torture and you move into a place where you're like, I'm only accepting what I deserve in regards to work, relationships, friendships, family ships, all the ships, everything. You have to get to a point where you literally are not receptive or welcoming any energy in your life that does not coincide with the life that you're trying to have, right? Oh my god. Judgment. Dog. What the fuck? This is a hard one for me. This is a hard reading. Like, not a lot of good cards are coming out. I'm just being honest. Not a lot of fucking good cards are coming out. This is like, y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. Or something, dude. I don't say that. But with the Judgment card here, this is like, if you don't make a decision to walk away from this, the divine will make that decision for you. And you're not going to like how that plays out. You're not going to like how Judgment looks, right? You're not going to like, if you force the hand of your ancestors to do the shit for you, you're not going to like it. Because it's going to happen in a way that you won't be able to change it or stop it, right? Right now you have the opportunity to move in a direction that you would like to go, right? Right now you have an opportunity to look for options elsewhere. But the longer you stay, you entertain this, something's going to happen that's going to force you. Like, look, I literally see the ancestors coming out of their fucking graves. Okay? I see the ancestors leaving their graves to come and fucking dish out some judgment, right? They're being called, right? They're being called on to come and dish this shit out. So, like, if you don't make the decision, your ancestor's going to, right? If you don't make the decision, there's going to be divine intervention, and you're going to fucking hate it. And it's just what it is, alright? That's like, holy fuck. I have never had a reading like this. This is fucking crazy. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the connection between this person and money keeps coming up. That just came out with my finger, so I'll just like put it there. But yeah, Three of Pentacles is a connection that is made through money, right? This could be roommates, coworkers, sugar babies. You know, I'm throwing that out there now that I know that they exist, right? But connections through money, right? And I already see the energy, especially with the Six of Pentacles. Wait, where was it? Where was it? Oh, maybe that was in the last reading. You should watch the last reading, actually. But, yeah, the Three of Pentacles in reverse is this energy of, like, no longer tolerating people using you, right? Or, like, you shouldn't tolerate people using you, right? This is, like, a negative connection in money. This is not a positive connection in money. This is, like, it's how they find a way to like have control or, you know, manipulate the situation, whatever the case is, right? Nine of Wands, right? I feel you feeling a little bit guarded and defensive right now. Nine of Wands is also feeling like victimized by this person, right? Like I said, I feel like you're being used, dog, and I feel like you know it. But like, yeah, and this is somebody who's just they want to fight with you. They don't want you to relax. They don't want you to enjoy life without them, right? Not even with them, right? Because the Five of Wands and Five of Swords says they don't want you to enjoy life, period. Period. Because if you enjoy life, they have less control over you. So the more miserable you are, the easier it is for them to control you and to keep you kind of stuck. Like, look at how he could walk out of this self-imposed prison, right? He could walk the hell out. The door's open, but he's staying stuck, right? And it's this energy. Sorry, my allergies are killing me today. Spring's coming. But it's the energy of you're protecting yourself in this cage. Like, you're like, if I don't leave this, I'm safe. Maybe they've threatened you, or like, maybe they're abusive in other ways. But there's this energy of like feeling safe when you're kind of like isolated because you don't fucking trust them. The Fool. Finally a good card. Finally one good card. The Fool is saying you need to leave this situation, right? This is ground zero, right? So you might feel like you've hit rock bottom with this connection and it's time to step away. This is a leap of faith, a leap into the unknown, a step outside of your comfort zone. This is like not really knowing exactly where you're going, but having faith that wherever you go is better than this, right? It's having faith that whatever you experience after this is better than this, because you will not tolerate this anymore, right? This is the Fool card. This is like, I'm not fucking putting up with this shit anymore. Fuck, dog. Holy fuck. This is a hell of a reading, to be honest. Like, and I get it, you know, Stockholm Syndrome is a thing. And also, it's more than that, because I see, like, there's a money connection, right? So if this is like a boss, and you're like, I'll never get paid this good if I go somewhere else, so I have to tolerate the abuse. Or if it's a connection where you're with somebody and you're financially dependent on them, or vice versa, they're financially dependent on you, and you're like, I could never leave them because, like, what will they do? Well, guess what? If they're grown up, they'll figure it out. That's what they'll do. You're not responsible for anyone but yourself. Bottom line. This is like, you shouldn't feel like you have to imprison yourself to be safe, right? to feel safe, to do anything, right? You owe nobody anything, right? Might owe them some money. No, I'm kidding, but you don't really owe people your energy. You don't owe them your existence. You don't owe your money to people who use you and refuse to have any sense of independence because they know that you won't leave if they are independent, right? So it's kind of this energy that you have to walk. You have to walk. You're going to make that choice to walk. That's what it's saying. It's not even you have to. It's like you will make that choice. Whether you make that choice or Spirit's going to make that choice. One of the two things will happen. And you know what? Spirit ain't afraid to kill a motherfucker. So I'm just saying, like... Chinnamasta. In order to grow, the soul may need to separate itself from that which it once relied upon. Funny. Oppression will be overcome. Do not cling to what has been. Sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to cut it off completely and focus on inner regeneration and reorientation toward a more fulfilling future. You shall know true love and freedom. Kundalini Shakti. Significant inner shifts are taking place. Energies are beginning to move in new ways. You may feel that resolution is hard to pin down at this time. Lean into unfamiliar territory. Remember, leave the comfort zone with boldness, right? Lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness, tempered by patience. You will become capable of many things on many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing previously. You shall arise, a fresh path is signified. Boom. I love that Kali shows up with the right, like, the message is just, basically reiterate what I said, but in a prettier way. But yeah. Shit's going down. Shit's going down. And you know what? Lean into it. Lead into this. Lean into it. Lead it. Lead the tower falling over, right? Direct it. Be like, it's, what path do you want? What do you want to prepare for? What are we doing here? That's kind of the energy you need to focus on. Think about the future you want. Really sit and meditate on it. Really sit, visualize. What are some aspects of life that you want in your life, right? What kind of career path do you want to go towards? What kind of house do you want? What kind of family life do you want? Or do you want a family life at all? Do you want a house at all? Do you want to travel? Do you want to, focus on what exactly it is that you feel that you want to do, right? And don't be afraid to pursue it with boldness, right? Don't be afraid. Right out, and start taking steps now, right? Like, if you want to, say, travel the world, okay, well, how do we do this, right? Maybe with one paycheck, you go and you get your application at the post office for your passport, okay? Start one little, do your bills, and then, set aside money for that passport. Go and invest in applying for a passport. Then, next check rolls around, put aside money, right? Or if you suck at saving money, at least save enough for a round trip plane ticket, right? Plan it for far enough in advance that you can save up money for your trip. But I learned that if you buy the ticket and once you've got your passport, once you're doing all that, you buy your ticket and it kind of sets it in stone. And then you're like, well, I literally can't just go there empty handed. And this will inspire you to put aside money, to Really think. And then you could even, during this time, like I'd plan it, like if it could be a year plan, right? So once you've got your ticket paid for or whatever, then, when you have more money, next, pay cycle or whatever, I don't know how long it'll take you to get there, but then you start booking hotels, right? Or maybe you'll be, you'll be able to get a good like flight plus hotel plus rental car deal, whatever, but shop around, right? This is what it means to take steps towards what you want. Sitting there and saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, is not going to get you any fucking closer. The thing that gets you closer is actually taking those steps to get there, right? Actually doing the things. I feel like you should travel. Honestly, I think you should travel far. And I feel like you should explore a lot, experience a lot. Because this prison is not for you. It's not for you. That song just came to my mind, that I've got no roots. I don't know the lyrics, but I know that part where she's like, I got no roots. And that's you, dog. Cut the roots. You're not a tree. Fucking walk. Do something. Move. Do what you gotta do. Take steps, right? Make a plan and start taking action towards that plan, right? If you're in an abusive situation and you're struggling to get out, everywhere's hiring right now. Everywhere. Getting a job is pretty easy. Also, start reaching out. Be resourceful, right? There are shelters for people who are experiencing physical abuse, right? There are programs to help people who are even dealing with the psychological abuse of people who are like isolating them from friends and family and making them unable to like earn money to get out of this situation. Whatever the case, there are resources for you. Dig deeper, dig deep. You're on the YouTube now. Do a little bit more research, because honestly, it's not impossible, right? I remember a while ago, years ago, I was in a pretty abusive situation myself, and one of the things that I did when I was leaving my situation, because same, I had no friends, my family was like, I was isolated from everybody, and I was like, how the fuck do I get out of this situation? And I started watching these videos on like how to leave a narcissist, right? I had to delete my fucking watch history and shit all the time because I was like, I don't want them to know. And I had to build up a plan, And then one day, even though I was trying to get this plan in place, but things kept getting in the way, and eventually the violence got so bad that I had to leave with nothing, right? I had to just fucking have the clothes on my back, grab my kids, get the fuck out, And so when you're in a situation like that, you have to do what's best for you. When it turns violent, you can't just sit around and wait, especially if you have kids. I wouldn't. I was like, as soon as it got violent, I was like, out. So, this is, sometimes you can try planning, and then ancestors are like, you're taking too long, and they make shit happen. They make that tower fall over, and then you have to just fucking do it. You just have to fucking leap, right? And it's scary, and you might not know where you're going. You might be like, what the fuck do I do? And that's when you need to call family. That's when you need to call in, and you'll be surprised by how many people actually want to help you and how many people actually care about you and your situation and how many resources you've actually had this whole time to get out of it. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.